The Powerlink system for abdominal aortic aneurysm provided by Endologix. After performing a cut-down of the access vessel, insert a 12.5 French tearaway introducer sheath in the ipsilateral vessel and insert a 9 French percutaneous introducer sheath into the contralateral groin. Pass a guide wire through the 9 French sheath into the distal aorta. Insert a snare through the 12.5 French tearaway sheath and snare the guide wire. Retract through the 12.5 French sheath. Load the dual lumen catheter on the guide wire and pass it through the 9 French sheath. The skives of the dual lumen catheter should be maintained in a lateral position. Advance the dual lumen catheter over the aortic bifurcation, exiting through the tearaway sheath. The radiopaque marker of the dual lumen catheter should be positioned just over the bifurcation in the ipsilateral common iliac artery. If the radiopaque marker is not lateral to the guide wire, remove the dual lumen catheter and reorient it. Once the dual lumen catheter is in its proper position, remove the guide wire. Pass a stiff guide wire through the proximal skive of the dual lumen catheter and into the thoracic aorta. Load the delivery system onto the stiff guide wire. Pass the device limb wire through the central lumen of the dual lumen catheter. Retract the dual lumen catheter from the contralateral sheath while using your finger to keep the stiff guide wire and the device limb wire separated to keep the device limb wire medial. Retract the tearaway sheath completely out of the vessel while maintaining hemostatic control. Snap the hemostatic valve and peel away the sheath. Advance the Powerlink delivery system over the wire under fluoroscopy, keeping the side arm medial. Position the distal end of the stent graft above the aortic bifurcation. Insert a pigtail catheter into the contralateral sheath and advance to the renal arteries. Retract the outer sheath while maintaining the red hub, middle core, and pusher rod stationary. This will separate the limbs. Reverse this motion and re-advance the outer sheath over the ipsilateral limb cover. Apply gentle traction on the device limb wire to take out any slack. Pull the entire device into position while continuing to remove slack from the device limb wire. Ensure the radiopaque front stop is below the most caudal renal artery. Hold the red hub and middle core stationary. Advance the pusher rod completely to the red hub to deploy the main body. Slowly retract the front sheath by pulling back on the red hub. Stop retracting the red hub when the radiopaque front stop is slightly above the bifurcation. To deploy the contralateral limb, pull out and remove the device limb wire. To begin deployment of the ipsilateral limb and removal of the delivery system, retract the white hub or outer sheath and deploy half of the ipsilateral limb. Now retract the middle core and red hub to bring the front sheath into the ipsilateral limb. Repeat this maneuver to fully deploy the ipsilateral limb. Continue to retract the red hub until resistance is felt and both the radiopaque markers are positioned over the radiopaque front stop. Tighten both the white and red hub and remove the delivery system as a single unit by pulling back on the red hub. Insert a guide wire to straighten the pigtail catheter, then carefully remove under fluoro to ensure that the deployed stent graft does not move.